Good morning, everyone. Magpie and Friends is back. I'll be the Magpie. You can be my friend if you like. Ride shotgun. An empty seat. Grogu's staying home because we today are in and out of a rental vehicle, so we cannot. This is mine, but I'm going to be picking up a rental because we just can't quit. That's right, we just can't quit. You know, you got to do what's out there to do, and there's no way that we cannot do those things. So at least we're going to try. We're going to try one way or another to get everything done what we have to do. And what's the main imperative? What's the modus operandi? As David Lynch said in Twin Peaks, the modus operandi is stay alive. Stay alive. Get through the day. Don't dismay. Don't break down. You know, pursue a logical pattern step by step that will get you to your end goal. If your end goal is clear, well, you should be able to see your way through to it, isn't it? That's what we try to do, you know. So let's draw on all the information we receive throughout our lives. You know, it guides you day to day. Everything you heard last year, everything you heard 10 years ago, the things you heard when you were little, things people taught you, maybe they're still relevant now. You know, like there's a lot of things maybe we forgot about. We were taught valuable things, maybe we weren't taught some, maybe we were taught some things that weren't good too. I'd say we're going to resist those lessons with a passion. You know, like if you've discovered the wrong way about doing things, don't repeat that and try to make it right, you know, unless you truly feel what you're doing is right, and then you need to tweak your method to make it right. You know, if it may be you think you're doing the right thing. Say hi, Chelsea. Who's Chelsea? Chelsea. Oh, what a great name, Chelsea. Chelsea. It's the name of a beach. It's the name of a place. It's a beautiful name for many girls, actually, that I know. They're great people. You know. I always think if I've met one good person with a certain name and I meet that another person with that same name, I treat them that way. Like if I meet someone who's got the same name as someone I know, and then I'll treat them kind of that way, because to me that's how I treat people with those names. You know, look, there's no one that I don't treat good. You know, I mean, there's people I've had my moments with. But that doesn't mean I haven't been trying to do the right thing by that, you know? Mr. Clean! Just call me Mr. Clean. I'm going to... It's a bright, beautiful day. The sun's out. Got every reason to be optimistic. That's what I think. You can't let it get you down. You cannot let shadows get to you on a sunny day. You gotta blow them away. Blow the shadows away. They exist only when there's something to make shadow. If there's nothing to make shadow, there's no shadows for you. You know? Maybe they creep in when you're not watching through your peripherals. I don't know. Mr. Clean. I like Mr. Clean. I used to be a cleaner, by the way, an actual cleaner. I was a house cleaner. I thought maybe I was too good at it, because it was pretty hard work to be a perfectionist in somebody else's bathroom. But anyway, I was still trying to do the right thing, you know. That's what I would do. So even though the bathroom's not mine, I still cared enough that I couldn't look at it the way it was. I had to make it the way I'd like to see it. Brand new looking, shiny, smelling like bleach and beautiful things like that, you know, from what it was. I even did a few like rental properties where, you know, they've let this house terrible after a whole 1 or 2 years of not cleaning that bathroom or that oven or the grill or the kitchen corner, that corner of the kitchen that no one bothers with. They just kind of sweep things there, and after a year or two, oh, that thing got to come out, man. You got to dig it out. I don't know how. Use a scraper on the edge of the kitchen cupboards, man. Oh God, like the amount of food that used to be on cupboard doors. I just go, nah, I can't look at that. I can't look at last week's casserole stuck to the cupboards, you know, really. Whew, hit those things. They're gone, sorry. Those things are bad reminders of meals you've had that aren't there anymore, you know. Bottles, empty bottles, my God. I've seen houses full of bottles, empty bottles. And I thought, God, guys, you're not in the drinking Olympics here. You got to throw these things out. They're not giving you any value. You're looking at empty bottles, wishing they were full, you know, and you're emptying beer bottles and making 10-pin bowling out of your lounge room, you know, like that's bad. You know, I know I made a few AI videos of those slums that I've seen places like that. They're just rooms with tattered mattresses and crumpled blankets and bottles and stuff everywhere, bits of foils and syringes and God knows, you know, the real, like, people who really got some issues, you know, and they've found 4 walls to sleep in, but God, you should see those 4 walls. They'd be dying for some hot water, you know. So yeah, I used to do that. It took a lot of, I love that actually. There's nothing like seeing a bathroom just shining bright. You can't even look at that bathtub. It's glaring back at you like a white light, you know. Go to the light. The bathroom that's clean, you know, the beacon of hope. You go in there to get cleaned up. If you go into a filthy room, you're not going to come out clean. You got to go into a clean room to come out clean, don't you think? I think it goes for everything, you know. You couldn't get into a broken down car and go anywhere. It'd have to be a working car for it to work and take you anywhere. Same thing. You couldn't go into a kitchen and prepare like a really wholesome, nourishing thing in a room full of contaminants and unhealthy things that aren't really good for you. You're gonna mix those things up in a chemical mess that's not good for you. So like, look, it's good to organize your house, you know. It's a great feeling when you open your cupboard and you can see the spices and the cans and the jars and everything's there for you, you know. And I'm not saying you should fill your cupboard up with things that you're not going to use right away. I think we can't really afford to do that. Like, I'm always shopping week to week, you know. Like, I mean, I won't buy a month's worth of food. There's no way, because you don't know what's on the menu. Each day I make it up, or we make it up. Like, we kind of, what do we got? Got some potato, got some fish, got some broccoli. All right, that's something. Throw those together, you know. And then, you know, you're running out of potatoes here. You got plenty of onion there. You got lots of jars and tomatoes and things like that. Maybe you got, you know, each day you're gonna utilize the things you've got until you've depleted them down. That's a good thing. You want to deplete fresh food because it can't stay there. Broccoli and carrots don't age well, you know. You got to buy them and use them. If you buy a bag of carrots, I'd say try and finish the bag of carrots that week. You know, don't keep a bag of carrots for 3 weeks. It's not gonna help. Oh, I've got carrots. No, they're not good anymore. They're gone floppy. You know, you can't eat floppy carrots. You can throw them out for the wildlife, but they're not for you. They're not gonna help anyway. But of course, you know, the way things are, I've had to take alternative cost-saving measures, you know, and I think everyone has to do that. Like, you know, say I do use some cans because I'm not going to buy fresh tomatoes. I'm not using them that frequently that I'll need them. So I'll have a tin of tomato that's already been, you know, ready to go into something. And also, you know, I don't buy fresh peas unless I'm really going to cook something that has peas in it, like as in that day. But I've been using frozen ones. But also, you kind of complement your frozen things with your fresh things to try and bring some life into them. You can't just use frozen foods. I think you got to put some fresh things in there. So often I'll use frozen peas or and a tin of corn, but I would add some fresh things in there like broccoli or carrot or even spinach. I don't know, whatever. Just something that's active and something that's something that's got protein or calcium in it that's ready to use. It's not been preserved for so long that the nutritional value of those ready frozen foods, I'm not sure how nutritious they are, you know. I think something fresh is good. Even a fresh slice of bread is better than a dehydrated cracker, you know. Although I love crackers myself. I love biscuits and crackers, but they're not doing you as much good as a fresh piece of bread with grain or whatever thing in it that is going to give you something, you know. It's got some potential in it. And I see food as like feeding your batteries, you know, in a kind of way. Like today I've done the right thing, you know. Here's a rare thing I'm going to show you guys. Oh, where is it? Got it somewhere. Oops. Oh no, I've got it. Thought I forgot it. No, here it is, guys. It's two sandwiches, alright? 2 sandwiches I made myself because even me, I had to take my own advice. Here I am telling people to look after themselves. Hello everyone. Oh, I know there's people there. The screen is this thing. I've got the sun coming in at me. I can see now. Hello. But it's glare. It's a lot of glare. I'm facing east, southeast. So I've started, like today, I thought, all right, I'm going to go out into a rental car. I'm going to try and knock this over. I don't like rental vehicles, so I want to get things done and get the hell out of there as quick as I can. So I brought some sandwich because I thought, all right, I'm not stopping to buy anything. That doesn't happen anymore, except maybe coffee. So I thought, no, I have to eat something. So even me, Mr. Skinny, has to learn to eat. You know, like I'm humble enough to admit that I got an eating disorder, that my stomach is about that big, and just eating one thing will have me like for ages because I'm not used to it. I've gone for years in this way of not eating, you know, like, and I got used to it, which is bad. I'm not encouraging this because you will slowly, you know, disappear, basically. And I think I started to disappear, which was my body crying out for some sort of help. And I realized, yeah, well, I at least managed to through the years to get home and have something nutritious once, even though I was going without for too long through the day. I thought that's not healthy. I wouldn't encourage this, guys. Don't start doing that unless you really need to. If I was someone who had to seriously cut down on how much they eat, I think I'd be pretty successful at that. What I'm not being successful at is eating, as in making time to eat. It's something I've always just like, nah, not now. You're not done your work yet. No, like I'd be a great boss to others because I care about them, but because I don't care about myself as much, that shows me to be deficient. That I'm not looking after myself. Who am I to tell people to look after themselves if I'm not doing the same? So I thought, all right, let's take my own advice. So I don't just do this and try to change others. I'm trying to change myself too. I'm trying to influence myself as well as maybe do something good for others. Like I'm trying to influence myself in a good way. I don't have mum. I don't have someone to tell me. So I would see you guys as my companions. Like I know that different people come and go, and hey, Tackle, hey, Zap. I've got all the gamers. I've got all the people been up all night, haven't I? I've got all you guys who are, it's 3 in the morning, is it? I haven't gone to bed. I used to do that. I love computer games, man. I wish when I was young, I spent so many hours on those things. Oh. I do miss that, but I'm at this stage where I just can't do that. I just can't sit there and get absorbed. Even by movies, I'm very scant there. I won't spend a lot of time in front of a TV. Like, I'm more of a listener, so what I do is put on someone's videos or podcasts, and I'll go to bed and just listen to it or something. I don't really watch, as in watch the screen so much as put on something that I can just listen to, because I'm more of an audio person. It kind of explains why I talk so much, because I'm someone who needs to hear it, and then I get it. But if I don't hear it, I won't get it. Like, if you don't tell me something, I won't know. That's how I feel. I will figure it out after a while. I'll figure out, what are they not telling me? I'll figure that out. Are they, for example, are they trying to tell me to have a shower? Like that. No one's ever done that. But I mean, like, when it's a personal thing, people feel they're not going to tell you, your shirt's got blood all over it, making me uncomfortable. Even though it's my own blood on my shirt sometimes. Hit my head or I don't know what. Thing. And I know, maybe, I do look like I've been through sketchy circumstance there, or I may have just hit my head or something and I've bled out a bit and not realised. Because, this is the thing, if you're a real busy person, you're prone to injury because you're not thinking so much about your safety, you're thinking about getting things done. And sometimes, I don't know, wouldn't it help to like back off and do it in a safe way and think about what that might be, instead of just sort of rushing in. Like what I see on the roads is like that. A lot of people rush in with a panic, thinking they're not going to get a chance to enter the highway. No, you'll get plenty of chance. Just enter slowly. You don't have to sit on 2 different lanes. We've seen you. Like there's a truck right now, and he's sitting half emergency and half. I don't know if you can see him there, but he's half. He's on the emergency lane and on the left lane. He can't make up his mind as to whether he wants to join the traffic, of which there are 2 lanes. There's very little choice. Can you see him now? See how he's sitting? Like he just won't come in. He just crazy? No, you're gonna aim and you're gonna be careful about getting the target. You're not gonna get mad about it. And what I see, especially in games like football and stuff, people get carried away. They become violent. They forget that it's a game of skill involving a ball, not throwing people down on the ground. I think that's sometimes an excuse. Like they're using the ball sometimes as an excuse for violence. That's the part of sport that I don't agree with. I especially don't enjoy watching any fights like boxing where I do not enjoy that. I do not enjoy watching two people come to blows and see who can handle it. I think that's the worst kind of endurance you can have. Like, if you look, I know it's a sign of some sort of physical strength, isn't it, to be able to counter that way, but you need to do that. I mean, is that a good example of the thing we should do? You know, like, wouldn't it be harder to do things like what ballet dancers do? Could you imagine lifting another person up and spinning around and doing like look at ice skaters like duo where there's an optimal pair of ice skaters. Like, that takes so much finesse, skill and care. How much harder is ice skating duo to gridiron football? Man, that's a totally different. I don't even think one qualifies as a sport compared to the other. The one being able to like spin around gracefully, holding someone else above your head. Really? That's beautiful. That's amazing. That shows what people can do. Now, when you see someone just pummeling someone, well, we know people are pummeling. I don't know if we should really be pushing for the ultimate who's the best at fighting, you know, like I don't, you know, because what you're asking for to be outdone. You're asking for someone stronger to come along, right? Instead of showing, you know, that you, I don't know, it's not a critical violence. It's ugly and it's horrible. There's nothing worse than that noise of people hitting each other. So silly. I really don't like it. What I like to see is somebody who's doing their best at something that's positive. It sounds funny. Oh no, is it? Yeah, they've done it again. May have to start again. I don't know what happened. Hey Darren. Hate when they do that. They've done it before. They've done that before. They've turned off my sound and stuff. Oh no. Let me try again, guys. I'm sorry. I think they've done it again.